Welcome to NA Podcasts. Today we're talking about TF2, free-to-plays. Alright, so let's just get started because that intro totally sucked.
What is a free-to-play?
Well, free-to-play is just someone who downloads the game TF2
For free.
And then they play without paying. I mean, it's perfectly normal if you think about it. The game is free.
Well, the game has been free since 2012. It hasn't been free all the time, actually.
Exactly. It was 2011. It doesn't matter. Anyway, so that's what a free-to-play is. But the more stereotypical kind of free-to-play is a free-to-play that uses the default weapons. In short, default weapons are the weapons you get by starting off. I'm not talking about the stock weapons. The stock weapons can include strangest, kill streaks, skins, vintages, genuines. No, wait, genuines are only for hats, and etc.
But there can be genuine weapons.
Oh,
there's like genuine original,
etc. So now that we covered the difference. That's the difference between default and stock. Stock weapons are those weapons but in a different form. Now, default weapons, those you shouldn't get. If you get caught using a default weapon, well, at least for me, I don't think you're gonna have an easy time.
Well, another thing is that there are things called there are reskins in the game that are actually rare than normal reskins, like the unarmed combat, 3-room blade,
the maul,
no, not the original,
and things like that. But the common reskins are the ones that can drop. That brings us into unique weapons, because unique weapons are just ones that can randomly drop, those kinds of reskins include the Holy Mackerel, the original, help me out,
Nessie's 9-9er, and Postal Pummeler, and
I think that's it.
Yeah.
Oh wait, but that is what a free-to-play is in general. And two easy ways to define a free-to-play. One, they're wearing the achievement hats. These are a wide variety, but the most common ones are Gibbous, the ghostly Gibbous,
which is gotten by an achievement by dominating a person with the ghostly Gibbous as well,
and the Pyrovision goggles, which are achieved the same exact way. Now, I don't know how easy those are to achieve, but we can tell you one thing: they make you look a total noob, especially when those are combined. People hate it when they are dominated by pay-to-plays hate it when they are dominated by a free-to-play. For one main reason: you are free-to-play. They commonly associate free-to-play with noob.
Yeah, but free-to-plays can sometimes not be noobs. Sometimes they're really good at the game. They just haven't put any money into it. Which is perfectly fine.
I mean, for me, let's take me for example. Me and Noah want to play in Highlander together. He's gonna play Roamer with the gunboats, rocket launcher, and escape plan, and I'm just gonna play Scout, which I don't know what I'm really gonna use yet. But right now I'm using the 6 for those of you who don't know, is the Scout gun pistol and Boston Masher. Now, before you yell at me for saying, hey, you're using the default weapon, I'm like, no, I'm not. For example, my pistol is actually the Capital, and a reskin featured in the Invasion update. It's also kill streak. I use a genuine 3-root blade, which also happens to be specialized kill streak, and the scouting I use is strange and professional kill streak, which, by the way, cost me a lot of money. All right, Noah, let's hear about your loadout.
Well, I'm sure mine's the same thing. Like almost every single weapon in that loadout is all. Well, the freaking rocket launcher is strange and bot killer as well. Rest bot killer costs me the same as the stock strange rocket launcher, so why not attach a robot head?
And for those of you who don't know, bot killer weapons, Australian weapons, and golden frying pans, aka the things that can drop an MVM, man versus machine, are always going to be strange. No matter what, they're going to be strange. So keep that in mind. Continue.
Oh well. And then both the escape plan and gunboats are vintage. I've yet to put on specialized kill streak with them, but I'm getting to it.
Oh, that brings to the question. So, now that you know what a free-to-play is, what the and pay-to-plays, why don't we just listen about our experiences as free-to-plays? Noah, you can go first because you got into the game before me.
Yeah, I wasn't actually. To be honest, I was like, you're legitimate free-to-play. I literally knew nothing about the game. Like, when I was plopped into the game, the first thing I did was go ahead. I don't actually remember, but I remember going to capture the flag, like noob. like a noob.
And ironically, you guys know this. You guys know how Valve died quickly? I actually saw a video called Valve by some random place. I think it was Valve News Network. They explained it's not It's not Quickplay we're missing. It's Valve servers. What do you think of that, Noah?
Whatever. I still think that removing the ability to just randomly hop into a server really, really pisses me off because it takes so long for me to get the casual. I literally just left for the community server side.
Well, that another part of that was bad Wi-Fi, but it's essentially on my old computer when I had TF2, it just lagged so much. Once I got on the server, I never wanted to leave. Now, but that brings up the irony. Capture the Flag is marked as an advanced game mode. Every free-to-play ever goes there. Every free-to-play ever.
And I actually believe it was in fact the best game mode.
It is the best game mode for if you don't want to play the game by the rules. Because I love going on Capture the Flag servers and just marathoning.
One other thing is that Capture the Flag. It is definitely a good place for people to learn the ins and outs of TF2. I mean, most classes are really simplified. Like, the sniper, all he has to do is just go.
True, but Uncle Dane, they signify the sniper as, we're going off topic. Anyway, so basically, you can listen for that in the game modes video, in the game modes podcast.
Okay.
But now that you know that free to play, you know what they are, the default weapons are. Now, continue with your experience.
Okay, so I played heavy, and then at one point, I was just shooting my minigun as usual. And the one thing is that, I'm pretty sure I was playing Sawmill and randomly I ran into the path. By the way, bless Sawmill.
Bless Sawmill. But by the way, guys, you people who played TF2 for a while know what we're talking about when we figured out that Sawmill is a bad map for one main reason. The intelligence is a choke point. You experienced people will know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Continue.
Yeah. Okay. So I was playing Sawmill and I was shooting down his heavy, and then I randomly saw myself my minigun just gain back ammo. So I was like, holy crap, the minigun's overpowered. It regains ammo. But really, I just stumbled upon
an ammo pack.
Yeah, an ammo pack. I just lost my words when I stumbled upon an ammo pack and then I was like, okay. Of course, I didn't see it since I was free to play.
Now, tell us your experience as Spy. Since this was interesting. Because this was interesting.
Okay, so one thing that I did was that at one point, I was playing Sniper, and then I randomly just got backstabbed by a Spicicle Spy. At the time, I didn't know the Spicicle existed. So when I saw myself turn to ice, I was like, what the hell was that? And I knew it was because of the Spy, so I was like, I thought he had some weird power. Because at that time I knew how to cloak, but at one point I didn't, sadly.
So what did you do before you knew how to cloak?
I literally just disguised and then just walked around.
Now, I remember you telling me that you thought that the knife was just a normal melee weapon. Boy, were you wrong.
Yeah, I only switched to the revolver because I was like, why does it put me with the knife, even though the revolver is better? And I would want to have a ranged weapon, not a melee weapon.
And yet, you did not realize that Spy was a stealth class?
Yeah, I did. No, but seriously. So I randomly turned to ice. I was thinking, at that point I learned to cloak, but I still didn't know what it did.
Didn't you?
That much.
Didn't you think that you should bump into people when you're cloaked?
Yeah, I tried bumping into people when I was cloaked.
My only guess is you died a lot.
Yeah, I think that would instantly kill them for some strange reason.
And how did you figure out that you could backstab people with your knife, which is what you're supposed to do?
I was playing double cross, being a spy. I actually was being stealthy. I was behind a sniper. Both of us were walking at the same time, and then suddenly, this was really surprising to me. I'm my arm raised up like this, and it was like, okay. Then I tried clicking, and I saw the back. I saw that I did that, and I saw the backstab icon, as the kill icon. It was like, oh, that's how you do it. Because that's happened to me before, where I just randomly get insta killed by a spy knife. I was like, dang, how do I do that?
And then I also have so that's where I come in. Around the time when Noah had spent $5 on TF2, well, I joined in. I'm like, Wow. I only want to play Scout. I knew for a fact that I wanted to play Scout. And for those of you who don't know, I'm a Scout main. I still regained that. I still gained that. I don't know why. It might be because this is the first class I actually ever played. Who knows? But basically, I ran in, started shooting people. My only guess is that I didn't do meat shots, which I still can't manage to pull off because everyone looks behind me. I don't know how to play Scout. I probably should learn. And then, anyway, but then I found a drop. I'm like, wow. And then it was a kunai. And for those of you who don't know, the kunai, yeah. If you're bad at spy, don't use the kunai. If you're good at spy, you shouldn't use the kunai. If you want to mess around, use the kunai. That's how you do it.
Actually, no. If you're a good spy, you could use the kunai effectively.
Well, here's the thing. I still really suck at spy. I can barely get any stabs in. And usually when I go spy, it's just to sap an annoying sentry nest.
Yeah.
So then I told Noah the next day, and they're like, hey, dude, I got a new weapon. It was the kunai. And it's like, don't use it. It's bad. Right? But before I went to school, I was playing solely as spy using the kunai just because I wanted to show it off, I guess. But the thing is, a unique weapon just shows, you don't have that much. You don't have that much goodness. I mean, good stuff.
Oh well.
But that's basically where I kept learning, and this is where I am today. The thing is, a few months ago, when I had a trade hold because I didn't have one with Authenticator because I don't have my own phone, sadly enough. I didn't have best authenticator, so I bought everything on Target. So then, when Noah was talking in terms of ref, I had no idea what the heck he was talking about. But that's the thing. I'm basically glued to the ref currency system, and whenever someone mentions money, and whenever my brother mentions money in TF2, I'm like, say that in terms of keys. He still doesn't. Anyway, so to that, those are our experiences as free to play. Now this is our last thing for today. The difference between free to play and noob. If someone pays for, I was on Man vs. Machine boot camp because I don't want to waste money on Turf Duty Ticket when I have limited access to the computer. I share it. So I joined in. No one was paid to play at first, I thought. So then I think I win energy, I think, and then there was one guy. He was wearing the virtual viewfinder and the map stamp hat. I think it was called the World Traveler's hat.
Yeah,
now, two noobish things. He wore everyone's glasses, and he still thought he was and he said he was a pay to play. But that is what we would classify as a noob, not pay to play.
Actually, no. Well, technically, he did pay for the game.
True, but he's a noob. But there's a difference between free to play and noob. For one thing, from what I can tell, he bought it off the shop.
Actually, I'm pretty sure neither of us count. Actually, I'm pretty sure there's a difference between pay to play and premium. Because both of us are premium, I'm pretty sure. And then pay to play is a person who bought the game when it was $20.
True, but pay to play now just means you spend money on the game. I don't know. People just use the term instead of premium, I guess.
Yeah.
Anyway, so moving on. So that's how you classify a noob. A person who acts like a free to play, but yet still is pretty much a pay to play. And then I'm pretty sure on an idle server you met a Gibbous pay to play.
Gibbous pay to play? I don't think I did.
I'm pretty sure. Well, basically that's how you tell the difference between a free to play and a noob. That's all we really have for a free to play episode. Bye.